Today we are working on a Yamaha Grizzly, and we're going to change the pepcock in the gas tank, which is this right here. Been sitting for a while, so it leaks. We're going to put a new carburetor on it, a new intake, a new spark plug, and we're going to see if it runs. I already put the intake on, so kind of thought about doing the video afterward, of course. But let's get this pepcock changed out. Can't stress to you guys, this machine's been sitting for 10 years and it had bad gas in it, and I just can't stress to you guys, number one, run premium fuel. You don't need to buy fuel stabilizers, fuel additives. There is no such thing as mechanic in a bottle. Just run 93 octane and you will be fine. It has less ethanol in it. It's just a better gas in general, the way it's processed. Wow, I couldn't have done that any better. Anyways, and when you're going to store them, the honest best thing to do is to turn the gas off, start the machine, and let the carburetor run out of gas. So like let the machine run until, ew.
That thing's gross. It looks like it's even got mold on it.
That's what was in, that was, wow. That's pretty sexy.
That's pretty disgusting.
Ew, look at that.
It's just
Can
falling.
you guys see
Yeah,
see
it's
that?
just falling
See,
apart.
this is from sitting and the gas tarnishes. See all that sludge and dirt, and no wonder it don't work right. Just there had a little screen in there that just disintegrated on my hand, as you can see. Yeah, that's pretty rough, man.
It's pretty special.
Ooh, it smells bad too. Golly. So, first of all, let's make sure we got the right one. We'll make sure this tank's been cleaned, because I cleaned the tank out a while ago. So let's make sure we got the right. Let's see here. This one, oh, that's got the extension. I see. All right, so you can see we got a, so this is the new pepcock. The extension's been put on right there. You can see this O-ring seal has been put on there. All right, let's see if we can finagle her back together, huh?
Okay, then.
I was looking.
I was telling.
She's always telling. There we go. Okay. All right, now I need a screw. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, brother.
I'll put the other one on for you, though.
All right. Oops. Want to obviously get it as tight as you can so it doesn't leak on you, because I don't think you'd be too happy. Okay, one new pepcock there. Let's see. So, this is the new carburetor here. So now, I guess this is how I do this, not being able to see anyways. That gasket is there. We want to make sure that that stays there. So, this is your plunger, and this is your needle. So you got a slice, or a slit here, from top to bottom. Then you got a bigger, this is where your idle screw goes against. So when you're putting your carburetor together, this is your idle screw right there. So you want to try to kind of clock this so that kind of lines up, and it's only going to go in one way. I will show you in just a minute. Gotta kind of turn it a little bit to get it. There we go. Now what I'm going to do for video purposes, let me just kind of get this started. Okay. I'm going to turn it just so you guys can see. Okay, so that's the plunger. So as you give it gas, you see that lifts up. So the more that opens up, the more fuel you have and the faster you're gonna go. So when you put this together, you want to make sure that's all the way closed.
Show that one more time.
Okay, so right now you can see that's all the way closed to the bottom. And as you press the thumb, see that opens?
Yep.
Now that's closed. And as I explained it to you about the idle, I'll take advantage and show you this. So I'm going to turn the idle screw, and if you watch that right there, you'll see that move. Pam, you tell me when you see it. You ready?
Yep.
So this would be as if you were turning, I'm backwards, hang on, okay. This would be if you were turning idle up on the four-wheeler. Make sure.
It's moving slowly, like opening.
Yeah, see, the more you do that, the more that'll open. Or the higher your idle will be. And another way to adjust it, if you think you need more, up on the throttle here, or yeah, up on the throttle, there's an adjustment here. You can also turn that, and you see that moving.
Yep, I see it.
See, that's just another way to do it, but we don't want this. We want this to stay closed all the way. We'll adjust everything as we get it running, just like that. Okay. So easy a blind guy can do it. So we'll make sure that's tight. There we go, and it is. You don't need to go crazy with it. And then this is your intake here. This is a rubber intake, so you don't want to be. You don't want to what, Pam?
Crank it too hard.
That's right.
You don't want to force it.
That's right. But I just noticed a boo-boo. There we go. I want my choke cable down there, just like that. There we go. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me pull this back off. On this cover, you can see there's an O-ring right there. See how that's nicely seated in the carburetor? That's how you want that. Then make sure that's nice and clean, and it is. So we'll put that just like that. Okay, we're done. Time to go home, kids. Just kidding. I always wanted to say that for some reason. So we'll come on the back side here. I'll put that right. Whew, this is Jesus. Some teacher I am. There we go. Okay. Just saying. Again, this is a rubber intake. So you want to be gentle with it. This four-wheeler though, for the age of it, this thing is in amazingly awesome shape.
Of course, it's had for 10 years.
Well, there is that. I guess that's one way to preserve them. There, just double check this side. All right, I'll come over there and put that choke cable on. Okay, so this is your choke cable here with the plunger. I always kind of feel everything, make sure the spring is sitting up in there where it's supposed to be. Make sure the throttle cable or choke cable itself is locked down into the plunger and the spring. Yep, that all looks good. Whoops, sorry. I'm always just knocking stuff out of her hand. So this plunger, it's got a needle on it right there. So you just kind of want to be gentle. Get it to slide down in there in the, I guess we'll call it a choke shaft, I guess. And this will, just like magic. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Alright. So since the tank is all off and everything, we'll put this down here where it belongs. There, that is back on where that belongs, and then the same thing for the choke cable. Just kind of get everything back down here so it's all covered up. There we go. Just like, come on. There we go. Just like that. There, see? And we'll just make sure. I don't know if you can see in there, but you see that's.
I don't think so.
Well, I can hear it's all working right. Okay, now we'll put a gasolina tanker back on it. All right, so like I said, you can see the new intake. The carburetor's all on. That's all hooked up. Okay. I'll go just like that. Okay. Now I tell everybody too, and this is even coming from a blind person, if you're gonna take a machine apart for a while, you know, like you're gonna diagnose it, and you know you're gonna wait a while on parts, take pictures. If I can take a picture with my phone, not being able to see and be right, then there's no reason why anybody else can't do it, because you just. Pictures are great, especially when you've got a whole bunch of stuff apart, and you know, you just can't go wrong doing it that way. All right. There we go. Just like that. The point. So a lot of times you guys will say, well, how do you work on this stuff when you can't see? Well, if she'll shine a light over here, there's a bolt hidden right down there that I'm pointing to with my finger.
I gotta get in front of you then. Okay.
There's a gas tank bolt right there. So I can just reach down in here with my finner. Get that socket. There we go. Just like that. Gas tank is tight. Now what I did on this one, I kind of cheated a little bit. They wanted you to take this whole thing off here with the rack and all that. I was like, oh heck to the no. So those take these Phillips screws here, these little tabs right there. So we'll come through. Get that one started like so, and we'll start the other one on the other side. And I just kind of lift this up and screw it upside down.
Oh, right there.
Look at her telling me where to go. She's always telling me where to go.
I knew that was coming.
Now, I'm just gonna figure it out. Get this thing adjusted. There. Then there's just little pins, which I'm not gonna put in right now until after I get it running. But there's little body pins. One goes there, and one goes right there, and then that kind of keeps all that. Well, there's no kind of. That keeps all that covered up. I'll put a piece of fuel line on here, and we'll put some gasolina in it. Let's do it this way. Make my life a little easier, actually. There we go. That fits nice. All right, now. Oh, okay. So we're gonna cut it off right about here. Come on, I can get just a little bit more off. It's really important to get these fuel lines cut to the right length so the fuel flows properly. Also, so you don't get kinks in it. Come on, there we go. That's beautiful. Yeah. See how nice that piece of fuel line looks? Look at that.
It looks factory.
Oh my god darn. Just putting the clamps on. There we go. That goes there. That one. Okay. You can gas in here. Make sure the pepcock's not going to leak. We will put a new spark plug in it, and we're going to see what happens. I think it's going to run. You think it'll run?
I don't know.
You don't know? She doesn't have the faith. I don't see no leaks coming out of the pepcock. I don't know how sighted people can pour gas and get it everywhere. Just saying. Okay, she has enough gas in it. Okay. No leakies, so let me turn that on. Let's change this spark plug out. Anytime I rebuild or replace a carburetor, I always put a new plug in.
I can't even get in there to see where you're at.
Right there.
Okay, there we go.
I'll show you what this plug looks like in just a minute here. There's that one.
Yeah. That one's not as bad as the other one was, the one you showed me.
You see it's kind of black, and
yeah, it's kind of weird. It's not as black as some of them have been.
and this is the new one though.
Yeah,
So you
so
see.
the difference, yeah.
You don't want to try to put a new carb on and make adjustments with a fouled out plug. You will be beating your head against the wall for absolutely no reason at all. Okay. All right, so you can see the, I don't know what she's with the camera. Anyways, the vent lines are all on. They ran the way they're supposed to. One there and one over there. They're perfect. The fuel lines ran and perfect. So now we just got to put the air box back in. You can see the new air filter is installed here. Then you have this boot that goes on here, and you be mindful because this only goes on one direction. We're not talking about the old boy band. We're talking about this boot. You'll see there's a little, I don't know, nub sticking out of the top of the air box right there. Then there's a split right there. That nub goes right in the split, and then this nipple that's sticking up, yes, I said nipple, that goes into the carburetor. Well, over the carburetor to be technical. So you see how that all lined up perfectly. Now this little guy can be kind of a pain, but not terrible. Just want to make sure this breather hose is kind of up and out of the way a little bit, because this goes up and under the plastics, like so. It is definitely a tight fit, and you got to be gentle so you don't break anything. The intake on this is only a real small piece of rubber. There we go. You can see the air box sat exactly where it's supposed to. If she can shine the camera down in where I'm pointing here, you can see that boot is over the carburetor, just like it's supposed to be. And then you take this breather line, and that'll go in the intake tube. Maybe. There we go. There. There we go. Now she's seated in there. This is a really, really nice little four-wheeler. Guy really took care of it. Sat for a while because this child outgrew it, but I guess you gotta let the neighbor use it. So I thought that was really cool of him to fix it up so the neighbor kids can enjoy it. But I do enjoy getting some of these older machines in that are actually in nice shape. I think this is a 07.
5, I think. 5 to 7. I don't know if we knew for sure the year.
But it's in amazingly good shape. Let's screw in the air box here. We'll tighten down the intake boot. We'll make sure all the idle is adjusted and all that fun stuff. And we will pull it outside until we get some brakes to come in for it. There, that one's nice and tight. And we'll tighten this one up on the carburetor. Okay, got the clamp where it needs to be. That looks good. That looks good to the blind guy. Just tighten up the clamp on the throat of the carburetor here. And I think she's going to be great. I just got to go get a key. Okay. All right. Think she'll run?
No.
Thanks. Well, that's true. Blind people can't be a mechanic.
No, and I do everything for you, don't you know?
It's true. Maybe we need a little choke action. Let's try not to. Well, I'll be damned.
Sounds pretty good.
Not too bad for
Blind guy.
yeah, right? Should be another happy customer. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try one more time. Kill switch works by this. Heck yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, it would really help us a lot if you would just like, share, and subscribe. I know it said it backwards, but that's okay. I'm working on a Sunday and running on fumes, but we got her done. Till next time, see you later.